Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Funhaus Podcast. I'm Armando Torres, and today I'm joined by three beautiful guests. We've got John Smith.
Hi.
We've got Jacob Fullerton.
John's in my spot. I'm in his spot, but I'm hanging out next to Charlotte.
And Charlotte Avery.
I'm holding Jacob.
Yeah.
Now release me.
I think it's interesting that you say that John took your spot when we're still not even on the real set
That's
anymore.
true.
There's no rules. There's no spots.
That's true.
When
We're on
we
this
move-
big old couch.
Back to the other set, I'm still gonna stay here.
Yeah.
So and my mic can be over there. I'll just yell.
Yeah. Just to pick it up.
Yeah, where is
I,
it? Yeah, go ahead.
I was going to say that probably, 16 to 18 podcasts ago, I wasn't aware that there were dedicated spots or that the two of you were part of the regular cast. So I was sitting in that corner, and you came in and you said, "Oh, you took my spot," and I went, thinking that it was a random joke, but then I learned that Charlotte is still holding it against me.
Yeah, I mean, do I hold grudges? Yes. But do they last an entire lifetime and then some? Yes.
There's
And
a big
that's-
scary timer on the TV right now.
Oh, yeah. But it's counting up, which
I like
is less
it.
scary.
Yeah, it's gonna be.
It's eye
nicer.
attracting because it's white and black. It's just there's a big white screen right off camera now.
I'm glad you kept talking after the word white. I thought you were just going to say it's eye-catching because it's white. Anyway, we've all had a really good time. We're still on this set because we're still filming Must Be Dice.
Must Be Dice.
Season 2.
Must Be
Very
Dice.
exciting.
Great
Great character.
It sounds like must be nice.
It does sound like that. That's the pun.
It's
bet.
actually, yeah, it's also I thought it was a pun on crusty rice
Oh.
when
And
you leave it in the cooker too long.
Before we commit too hard to shitting on the name to dunk on Armando, I didn't come up with the name.
And we're not dunking on you.
Okay.
Don't
Just-
don't okay
no, no,
me.
no,
Whoa,
It's
whoa,
fine,
calm
it's
down.
fine.
Calm down.
You're the one that should calm
Okay,
down.
okay,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
Okay.
Oh my
okay.
God.
Jesus. That's an Elise Willems original.
Really?
Yeah, Must Be Dice.
I like
very
it.
good. Yeah, it's
Nobody
very
was
good.
dunking
Okay,
on it.
all right.
Don't
Just
do
playing-
that.
It's a
I
great
was
name.
playing the fool, as I want to do.
My favorite
Roll of a lifetime.
My favorite was that
Over my life.
Roll for a lifetime.
when we started the episode 1, I said, "Welcome to Must Be Dice," and Patrick goes, "Oh, I thought it was Must Be Dice," and I
Yeah, that's right.
still say that just like around my house, even just
What does
like
dice
walking
mean?
around. I don't know.
We
I don't
like to
even know
do
that
like
it's real.
fake Latin pronunciations on What a Show often. So I think
Patrick's
it's probably
letting that spread.
I thought it was Italian.
I think
Must
it's
be
well, it's a
dice.
romance language.
Oh. Yeah, I'll do that all the time. I don't know if you guys just walk around your house saying random bullshit because you're alone and no one can hear you.
I do. I've done it while I've thought Tara was gone. Because like she'll leave way earlier than me to go teach,
Yeah.
and I'll assume she's gone. But there have been a couple times where she's ended up staying home just because, like, just to deal with something or like just too tired. And then like I'll be walking around doop a doop a doop, just making noises, just talking, singing, just bullshit, absolute complete nonsense. And then I'll come downstairs and she'll be like just like looking at me, and I'm like, oh my god.
This is my private time,
Like,
Tara.
how much did you hear? I've never been more mortified in my entire life.
I always do this thing, and it's when you make rap music, you
Okay.
want to find the flow. You can't just start instantaneously like rapping. Well, at least I can't because I'm not Lil Wayne. But the way that I find the flow is I'll say the phrase like, and I'm fucking and fucking and fucking and sucking fucking and fucking and fucking and I'll just do that over and over and over. So I'll walk around my house doing it. And when I was living with a partner, I also thought that she had gone to work. So I woke up and started taking a shower and did that nonstop for about 20 minutes before I walked into our kitchen / her office and saw that she was just staring at me upset, going, "You've been talking about fucking and sucking for 20 minutes. What's wrong with you?"
Yeah. I mean, I guess I kind of do that because I'll just replace lyrics to songs I know with just like eating ass and like goofy stuff just for my own amusement.
Yeah.
Tara hasn't heard any of that yet, but I'm sure
Well,
the time's
She
coming.
has.
Yeah.
Damn it.
I'm almost positive.
Shit.
I'm making a whole mixtape of you doing it.
No, you were there too.
I said no. I set up microphones when you invited me to your party that one year.
Oh, okay.
Standing in the corner with the boom mic.
Yeah.
Could we get that clean? Could everybody keep it down? Quiet
Yeah.
on set?
It's an actual
Jacob, say
crew
that thing
member.
about eating butthole again.
Oh yeah, sure, no problem.
You're just sloshed off rosé and you're like, yes, no problem. Anything for the shoot.
I'm excited for your upcoming birthday, bud.
That's in 2 days.
You mean
Yeah, I know.
yesterday?
Oh, that's yesterday
Oh yeah.
from this podcast.
You're recording this
No.
podcast as a 31-year-old.
No,
Yeah.
it's in
That's
2
true.
days.
What?
all this
No,
time
but it
is
comes out
confusing
on
me.
Thursday.
But his birthday is in 2 days.
Yeah.
But it comes out in 3 days.
I came out of my mom
Nice.
31 years ago.
Nice. Are you gonna have another big party?
No.
Okay, good.
Well,
Tara?
you didn't know that last year.
That's true.
Yeah.
Waiting for my second one. I'm gonna pretend I'm not expecting this big surprise party.
Yeah, I
Well-
forgot about that. A week ago, I asked something about your birthday party because you were like, "Oh, birthday's coming up," and I was like, "Oh, cool, you can have another party." And he goes, "Wow, I can't fucking remember exactly what you said, but it was something along the lines of like, yeah, the last one was really fun. I'm gonna make sure that Tara throws me another surprise party this year."
I had my own surprise that day, which was a positive rapid PCR.
That's right. That's right.
Oh.
So I did not go.
Oh, such a bummer.
I was thinking about it because I was feeling better that morning, but it's a good thing I didn't because I like super duper had the novel coronavirus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And all the times that you came over after that were to be in a band. I was unrelated.
There was once where I combined. We
That's
went
true.
to Little Tokyo and got Gundam Zumboba, and then
Yeah.
well, you got a Gundam.
I got a Gundam. We went with the intention of fighting you a Gundam, and I bought one.
I've told the story on the podcast before, but
Yeah.
Jacob loves to facilitate a good time and hobby for other people, especially if it lines up with things he likes.
Indeed.
I.e.,
Done that with
Gundam,
John as well,
Destiny,
Well, you kind of got into
etc.
it yourself, and you just asked me about it.
Yeah.
Monster
'Cause it
Hunter.
was-
Yeah.
But yeah,
Monster
there was
Hunter.
like this Eva Evangelion figure, which was not one of the like main three, and also it came with this big cannon that made it cost like $80. And I was like, I don't know. I was like 40, yeah, but like this is a bit much. Jacob's like, tell you what, Jacob. Remember, we have the same job. Jacobs goes, we go halvesies. All right, you buy me lunch this week, and I was like, I will buy you lunch, but no. I'll just buy you. That's fine. I'm not gonna let you go Dutch with me on a Gundam. Not a Gundam, of course.
Yeah.
It's Eva Unit 0.
It's
I
all
think.
the same.
It's Unit 0, yeah.
Attack on
Whoa.
Titan is a giant mech anime.
A flesh mech, you've told
Flesh
me.
mech.
Yeah.
Flesh mech.
It's so gross, but I love it.
Flesh
Oh.
mech sounds like an herbalist in a Skyrim or something.
Speaking,
Flesh mech's tavern.
In the Orc Stronghold.
Speaking of flesh mechs, it's been a pretty fucking good week for people who like lore on Atom Smasher, baby. That's right. I'm talking
Ooh.
CyberPunk, darling. CyberPunk 2077 has its own anime now. It's coming out. It's through Trigger, who made Promare, which is a movie that both Rick and I just saw recently,
Yeah.
separately.
I saw it in a theater.
Rick?
They made Kill la Kill and Gurren Lagann
Yep.
too, right?
Yeah. Oh, I could. Ooh, Gurren
And
Lagann
Darling in
sounds
the
like a
Franxx.
good ass beer that I would drink for sure.
Ooh.
Rick, give me a 1-sentence review on Promare. What'd you think, baby?
That was hot shit.
That's a very,
That's good.
very good
He
description.
means
of it.
hot shit like that was that like damn that was some hot shit.
Spicy.
Not like that's.
He
that's-
means
And
it
it's about
literally.
firefighters.
Yeah, literally, there's fire
Yeah.
in it. Fire
Fire.
terrorists.
yeah, I did like the. I like the fire terrorists a
Yeah.
lot.
Armando on record saying he likes terrorism.
Jacob's been on record saying he likes terrorists all the time.
Whoa,
Yeah.
hey,
if you
hey.
support the fucking rebellion in Star Wars, you're a goddamn terrorist.
Yeah, I say it all the time. This isn't new for me.
It's all
Yeah.
about perspective, people.
Plus all that
Exactly.
money I send to ISIS every year. Anyway, I love the Cyberpunk anime, and I was super excited about it from the second I heard about it.
Yeah.
And they were putting out all these like. They scared me because they were putting out these weird trailers where I don't know if you remember the teaser trailer where it was them inside of the Maelstrom like den getting somebody back, but they didn't have any audio or sound effects. There was
Oh,
just
yeah.
heavy metal music and the animation itself.
Yeah, which is great.
Yeah, it was great and it looked good, but it's also like it's clearly not a fully finished product. And it's an anime from a game that I don't know if you remember was not a fully finished product. So I was starting to get pretty goddamn terrified.
Yeah.
I believe this is the trailer version.
This came out.
No,
like,
this is the good trailer.
It's called, by the way, CyberPunk 2077 Edgerunners.
Edgerunners, yeah.
And it's
If you like edging,
Oh yeah,
you're gonna like.
that's
yeah,
what it's
this
about.
is for our horny marathon runners.
Yeah.
Yeah. Edgerunners is about a bunch of gonks living in
Edging during a
Night City.
5K.
What is the gong? Because I saw them using that word, and I also saw them using like.
Choom?
Choom
Yeah.
means friend. That
Okay.
means like homie.
Okay.
Gonk is like any gonk off the street, like any motherfucker off
just
the
like
street.
a lad.
Yeah. This guy is
Or
a cyber
A
psycho.
velveteen fop.
Yeah,
Sure.
the opening is sick. The animation rocks. I am new to watching anime, but I especially like this one as someone who has twice fallen off of CyberPunk because it feels like watching somebody else play the game for me.
Yeah.
And like there's no like constant NPC chatter and people calling me every 2 minutes and CyberPunk is a good game. I want to get back into it. I mean, this made the playership spike to 85,000 concurrent.
Really?
Yeah. If you look at the
That's
Steam graph
crazy.
after the release of the show, it just shoots all the way
That's
up.
nuts.
I don't know why I didn't think that would.
I mean, it makes
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah,
Like,
it makes perfect sense.
It
Yeah, I
looks like they
reinstalled
worked
it.
off concept art from the game for some of the like plates and backgrounds and stuff.
Yeah, so many times where I'm watching it and I'm like, I remember that spot.
Oh yeah.
Rick, we just saw tits.
Yeah, there were
Probably
titties.
can't show this.
Just go ahead and put a little
Rick, this trailer has boobies in it.
put a
little
little
note.
put a little note, and then we'll get somebody to cut it out. One thing that I really like about this game, and I think it's a really good way to adapt a game into a piece of media, is that this is a story that takes place in the setting that the game takes place in,
Yeah.
without really including a lot of characters, unless having them sort of like on the side.
Yeah.
This was the exact thing I was going to say, was that it's a standalone story. It's not an adaptation of the game's narrative. It is its own thing that exists in the world, but they don't try to do fucking everything that, this giant spanning, game. That a game can be like a mega, I don't know what words are, but like it's contained.
Yeah.
It's so good. Like
Yeah.
that's what I wish Marvel and Star Wars would do more, where it's just small, self-contained stories that exist.
No,
in
it's
the
gotta be Luke
universe.
Skywalker.
Oh yeah.
Hey, when this podcast comes out, I will have stayed up really late watching 3 episodes of Andor, so I will have an opinion.
Yeah, we got to talk
I will
about
have
that.
an
Could you,
opinion.
could you do your Skarsgård?
Oh, Cassian Andor.
Yeah, man.
That's how he says it.
Skarsgård is in it?
Skarsgård's in it?
Skarsgård.
Which one?
We were
oh,
just-
Stellan?
The Patriarch.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
John,
the Skarsgård Supreme.
The Brood Lord.
John and I were talking earlier about that movie Barbarian.
Oh,
and
that's
which
all I-
everyone should see.
Heard
Yeah?
it's good. I heard
Cold.
It's good.
Don't watch the trailers. Don't do anything.
Okay.
Just go
all
see
I
it.
know about it is the log line for the movie, and that there was a Skarsgård in it, and then we realized that you can't say that about most things because there's a Skarsgård in everything.
Yeah.
There's so many of them,
His army of
and they're in everything.
Yeah. Well,
No, I don't want to see it, Rick. Don't even show
Yeah,
it.
that's-
Okay,
that's the
it.
movie.
That's
That's
it.
the movie.
That's
That's the
it.
one.
Actually, I do want to see that.
Really
Yeah.
cool pose
Yeah.
at the bottom of the poster.
Go watch The Last Great Warrior King, the Barbarian,
It was
starring
straight to
is that
DVD.
Michael O'Hara?
Is the woman king supposed to be good?
I've heard
yeah.
good things from Twitter, which means that it could be good or it could be.
I mean, that's
okay.
where I get most
Yeah.
of my. I mean, like, I follow enough people from film Twitter that when they're not being annoying and like it's actually good opinions pouring out, not just stuff that I agree with, but some stuff just feels like petty and over
Oh, yeah.
examined.
There are 3 Twitter accounts that I've learned to trust the opinion of in terms of like what works for me. Like it seems like we have similar tastes, and one of them is a mutual of Charlotte and I. Who seem to like Barbarian and The Woman King a lot.
The what? Come on, what?
The
Barbarian and
Barbarian
Woman
and The
King.
Woman King. Those 2
Oh, I
separate
see.
movies
Yeah.
like them a lot. So I'm assuming it's good based off of the
Who?
one person.
Yeah.
Raina?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Y'all should check out King Woman. Music.
Music.
My
Rest in
friend-
peace to King Woman Elizabeth.
Yeah.
My friend Chris. It's her band, and it's bomb as fuck.
Hell yeah. But yeah, the Cyberpunk show that came out, Edgerunners, I've watched 2 episodes of it, and I really, really like it because from the pilot alone, I didn't know where the story was going to go, and by the second episode, with the twist that they have, it's just like, oh, this is a fucking cyberpunk story, baby.
yeah.
It feels very alive. It adds a lot to the city. It's also really interesting to see what normal people live like inside of a world of, cyberpunk. Because you start off living in the normal world. That's how a fucking story arc goes. So it's really cool to like see how you live if you're not like one of the best mercs in the goddamn
It
city.
goes right into that late stage capitalism stuff.
Oh yeah. Well, that's what the whole thing is about. I also, if you've played the game,
Super fun.
They use the same equipment, the same locations, the same like a few side characters in the side companies, like even the slang that they use: gonk, choom, eddies, ennies.
Well, it's a CD Projekt Red like thing. Like,
Well, also Cyberpunk is based off of a tabletop game that has
Mike
so much
Ponce.
lore
Expansive
and
lore.
yeah. So I mean,
yeah, I'm just glad that it's good because like the Netflix Witcher anime movie, I
yeah, I
did
forgot
not
that was
like
a
very
thing.
much.
Yeah. I also what I do like.
It wasn't terrible. It wasn't bad. It's just not like this.
What I do like is that they know when to pull lore from that CD Projekt Red has sort of like authorized versus all the lore. Because you're right, it's from like Mike Pondsmith, who has an expansive lore on everybody. But I started reading up on Adam Smasher as a character and found out that if you just follow Mike Pondsmith's lore, he has several different bodies that he loads his brain into, and his favorite is an Elvis Presley clone with blonde hair that he'll just load himself into and walk around to have sex.
Oh,
right.
that's cool. That's another movie I want to watch. Baz
Elvis? Luhrmann's
Elvis. Yeah.
Robot Elvis.
Robot Elvis. Well, in my head canon, that is Adam Smasher as in the role. And it's like the kid comes up and he's like, he's a robot.
Yeah. The other thing with like,
He's white.
because the Witcher thing, was that like one of those like American anime kind of situations?
Yeah,
like
it wasn't
Castlevania
like
or something?
anime. Yeah.
Yeah, but I feel like Trigger's animation style like
Oh,
fits
yeah.
so well with
And
like that
that's-
cyberpunk
that's-
aesthetic and stuff.
Yeah, that's something for me, which is a controversial take here.
Ooh.
Although I love the animation in all of Trigger's works, I was never able to get into Gurren Lagann or Kill La Kill. So I haven't gotten around to Promare. But it's, I don't know, the tone of it just wasn't my style. And so Cyberpunk seems to kind of like ground. It's more grounded than the others.
That's really true. Yeah.
Which is what I like. For me, anime is always like, I like the dark, serious ones where there's no goofy faces or anything.
There's still
Yeah.
some goofiness, and also what a
Oh, yeah.
wild sentence to be like. Cyberpunk is what grounds it in
Yeah.
reality.
I mean,
'Cause you're accurate, but
Yeah.
that's how that just goes of like how wild the other two
Yeah,
are.
Trigger anime is usually just like super outrageous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like that's always like the thing. Even
Yeah.
like that one Star Wars, they did 2 Star Wars ones, and the better one was the one that didn't look like a Trigger anime.
Yeah. They have that in the first episode. They have somebody who loads up like kung fu chip. And then, like, it's so fucking goofy, but I love it.
Yeah.
Because I mean, Cyberpunk is goofy as hell.
Yeah.
In times, So I thought it was really good. Also, fucking, this might actually be like also a hot take, buddy. And I'm afraid to say it.
Really?
I don't like watching subtitled shit. It takes a lot of my attention span to do it, and I want to appreciate, especially with animated things, I want to appreciate the art and like having to focus on both. I'll watch subtitled movies all the time, but I would prefer to watch with anime a dubbed over version. And what I like is that the dubbed version feels more canon than the subbed version of the Cyberpunk
In this instance,
show.
yeah, because it's in California.
Because it's in California, and he's fucking Mexican. He's one of us.
Yeah,
he's one of ours.
The
baby.
subtitles always have like mijo and
Yeah.
stuff, but then when you hear him say it, they just say like arigato or something.
Yeah.
Like there's no mijos. In
There's
this.
no
What's choom in the sub?
It's choom.
It's
It's
choom.
still
It's still
choom,
choom.
Well, that's interesting because I was thinking about that when I saw the mijo. I was like, should I listen to the dub?
Yeah.
I used to be very vehemently against dubbed, but I get it now, and that's a great point of wanting to focus on the animation, because there are times where they're just rambling, especially with Psychopaths, where it's all just people doing philosophical monologues.
Yeah.
Which that was very grinding. But yeah. I understand now, and I actually might switch over to dub.
It's a good dub, too.
It's a really good
Yeah.
dub.
I put
'Cause that's-
subtitles on for everything I watch though, because like I miss so much stuff, and like I don't know, shows like House of the Dragon and CyberPunk. There's so many just proper nouns and shit they made up where I'm like, I can't.
You're not gonna catch it.
I need to read this. Yeah.
Yeah.
That is a really good point, is that there's so much made up slang that you get from context. But like if you don't read it or hear it right, it just sounds like chum.
Yeah.
Also, sometimes they'll say chum, sometimes they'll say chumba. Like there's so many different variations of it. Which
Yeah.
I don't know.
Sasa?
It's been like I've been
like
watching
The
some older anime a lot recently, and like
Uh-huh.
there's some bad dubs.
Well,
Yeah.
that's
Like-
yeah.
And like so it's just like how it was sometimes. But like so I just default.
But when
to
you
sub
have
every
endless
time.
money, the only time I switched back to the dub was to see if the Delamain voice actor was the same guy.
Oh,
and
yeah.
it is. I'm pretty sure, unless it's somebody just doing a good version of that.
The dub
That's
also has
awesome.
Giancarlo Esposito in it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Mr.
Who's
Frame?
he?
Go ahead.
Yeah, I don't
Is he a later character? I think I know who
He's
it might
in like
be.
the third episode.
Yeah,
Or something at the
it's
very
the guy
end.
with the
yeah.
eyes.
Got the eyes.
Yeah.
Oh,
Could be anyone.
Nice. Yeah, I mean that's I think for the
David.
Fuck! For the people that aren't weebs, that are like, it needs to be its purest form of anime. For me, the not wanting dubs is that generally, unless it's like a Miyazaki film that's been cast by Disney, a lot of them is just there's like this certain tone. It's almost like we were talking about vocal frying beforehand.
Yeah.
It's like a certain cadence and tone that American voice actors use for anime, and it's like, chill the fuck out.
Yeah.
I'll take it on a show by show basis. Like, I mean, this is pretty open, but the standard, like the gold standard for a good dub, seems to be like Cowboy Bebop. Like
Okay.
everyone agrees.
I
with
thought
that.
you were
Kobo
gonna,
Bobo?
Yeah, I thought you were gonna say Billy Bob Thornton and Princess Mononoke.
Well, of course, that goes without saying.
And Anna Paquin.
Oh God,
Anna Paquin's so good.
There's
Castle
like
in the Sky.
Yeah.
there are
so bad.
certain shows that I will watch the subbed version of because I just love the voice acting. Like One Punch Man, the Japanese voice acting is so fucking good. And
There's
it, like,
also not
fits.
an English dub on Netflix.
Really?
Oh, is there not really?
Not that I saw. It wouldn't let me switch.
There's
you know
a-
how
I-
there's the quick options at the bottom.
Yeah.
Maybe there's other places to switch it, but I didn't see it. But
I
I
don't
also
think
don't
they
mind.
have it on. When they used to have it on Hulu, there was the dubbed version.
Yeah.
Season 2 is on Hulu.
And I think they have the dub for that one.
Yeah.
as well.
HBO Max is maybe they've changed it, but it's very frustrating because you actually have to choose the language before you start the show. Like if you start the show and then go to language settings, it just has the different English options like 5.1 and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
it's like you're selecting. I want to watch the English version of this show. It's so.
Yeah, I
agree.
couldn't figure it out, and I was like Googling it, and I think I ended up signing up for a Fanimation subscription.
I remember being
Although
really
I do
bummed,
want to say that the HBO app is actually very good and well put together and not at all flawed. And we have nothing but nice.
I mean, it
things
used
to
Oh,
to
yeah.
fucking suck, but
I
it's
kiss it at
fine
night.
now. It's like way
No,
better
it's-
than it
it
used
never
to be.
had any
It's never
problems.
had
It's
any
perfect.
issues. It's always been good.
No, I'm pretty sure it was bad.
No.
Wait a
no,
minute.
no,
No.
No, like I think that.
No. And Shark Week is never boring. Can Jacob continue?
about
David Zaslav, come on the show. Once you find out Rooster Teeth exists.
Once he finds out Rooster Teeth exists, it's over for Rooster
David,
Teeth.
yeah, that guy. I saw that there was an article that came out
Rooster what?
after the merger was announced, and he's like, I imagine, I don't know what the guy sounds like, but I imagine he sounds like this. He's like, the first thing I did was move my, and this is like a real thing he said that I'm paraphrasing in an article. He's like, first thing I did was move my office to the Warner Brothers studio lot because that is where the pictures are made. And I was like reading that and I was like, we are fucked.
That's not
This
a
guy
bit.
wants us to make Singing in the Rain.
that was before all the stuff happened too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was like literally the day it was announced. He's like,
Yeah.
first
And then-
thing I did was go where the movies are made.
And then he got to the lot and went, Batgirl? No way.
Sir, we have a kind of Scoobed holiday special. Oh, no. No.
Oh my god.
No.
This if anime ever ends up in front of this man.
Oh my god.
He's gonna be like, "It's a cartoon."
Why are
it's
they
like
talking
some-
weird?
Yeah.
Why is this show for babies full of tits?
The fuck is a Porco Rosso? Princess Mama Moobo.
Oh, wait a minute. This one's got Billy Bob Thornton in it.
Now hang on. Is that Billy Crystal I hear from the movies?
It is. He'll love all those Ghibli movies.
Who's that?
Full of-
Christian Bale? He's a Batman.
These are full
Now,
of movie stars.
back in my day, we had Batmen, not Batgirls, not finished cuts of Batgirls.
Yeah. Might as well be called Bat Babies.
Bat baby. You know what I need? Tax cuts.
Actually, I take it back. Make me Bat Babies. I want 20 Bat Babies.
We're launching TLC Max. My 2,000-pound life.
I'm Nasuka.
Anyway, come on the show.
Yeah, get on here.
I hope you don't have name alerts.
Oh no.
Oh yeah.
That's fine because he probably uses like a typewriter and a legal pad. He probably has one of those desks with a Newton's cradle and nothing else.
This character exists in Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
Oh yeah. That's what I was gonna say. Is this person that we've created has a perpetually lit cigar and a phone to a secretary that he harasses constantly.
Doll, sugar tits.
Well,
yeah.
Yeah.
I think maybe it's not lit, but he's still sucking on it,
Oh,
and the
yeah.
nib is just like mush now.
Yeah, the missus told me I had to stop smoking.
Still like the taste,
Yeah.
though.
Do you remember that clip of Arnold Schwarzenegger like
Yeah,
yelling into the camera? He's
Yeah.
like, "I bet you have to smoke your cigar in secret, not me, because I'm a fucking grown man."
He's wearing the coolest shades and he just goes, I do what I want. I smoke stogies.
I go where I want to.
Yeah, and he's like, my wife hates it, but her dad loves him. So tell me, what are you gonna do?
Yep.
Basically, like,
My life is dope.
he's
and I
like,
do
don't tell
dog
me,
shit."
don't tell me not to smoke a stogie. I'll father an illegitimate child. Then what are you
It'll
gonna
look
do?
Have you
just like me.
seen his illegitimate child?
Good looking kid.
Rick, can you pull up Arnold Schwarzenegger's Maid Baby?
Huge.
He works in like media. He worked at a company my ex worked at.
Oh,
he was like
really?
an intern, yeah, because Arnold had a working relationship with.
Does he
some-
fit through the doorways?
He's like a guy. He's a normal guy in his 20s.
I didn't know you were gonna actually Google Maid Kid. That's awesome. It's even worse that it shows up.
That's me. I don't want to be mean. He seems like he seems like he's
I'm not
thriving. To be
saying
honest,
he's
Great.
huge and jacked like Arnold Schwarzenegger. I don't think that's mean.
Yeah, that's a compliment.
That's not mean at all.
no maid kid.
Oh yeah. Yeah, Rick, that's mean.
Yeah, Rick, you did that.
That's true. We had nothing to do with this.
Yeah.
Look at that hair. He looks great.
Imagine being hidden.
That's actually, yeah.
Are you talking
Like,
about?
Mom.
Imagine.
Why do I look like the
Standing 3 feet above the other kids at school. Anyway,
Are you talking about-
I hope he's, look at it. Look at Arnold's waist. That's crazy.
That's insane.
Are you
How does
talking
that
about-
hold the rest up?
Are you talking about imagine being a child larger than everybody else and not knowing who your father is? I think I can relate. I think me and this guy would actually be really good friends. That's right. I'm here to say
Well,
it.
there they
Arnold
are.
came and my mom. I'm the
Oh,
other
they're
kid.
hanging out. Going for a little bike ride.
fucking pumping more than iron, you know?
Yeah, no kid.
Right? Because that's the documentary. Who put that on when we were having brunch that one day?
Oh, we're.
Patrick?
I think it was Patrick. I think
Patrick
it was
just put on
Patrick.
Pumping Iron.
He was giggling the whole time.
He loves that movie.
It's a documentary?
Yeah, that was like
Yeah,
the
that-
first big Arnold thing besides
Yeah.
Hercules in New York.
Yo, you haven't seen Pumping Iron?
I have not.
You gotta check out Pumping
Is that by
Iron.
Trigger?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Do I watch subtitle?
It's got
Well,
just as
you'll
many-
probably have to watch sub
Yeah,
because
yeah.
it's early Arnold.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, there's a part where he's just like dunking on Lou Ferrigno, saying that he's not number one. Or something like that. They're having breakfast and he's like,
Well-
you see you are not the winner.
Oh yeah. I know that on the set of Predator, he pranked Jesse Ventura or someone else where they were competing for like their bicep size.
yeah.
And Arnold had like the costume person lie about his measurement, so the whole movie Jesse Ventura thought that his biceps were bigger than Arnold's, and then he told him on the day they wrapped, And Arnold was like, such a great prank.
Yeah, so the Predator set was crazy because it was this beautiful intersection of like extreme masculinity and also shame.
And future U.S. politicians.
And future U.S. politicians. Shouts out to the governors, Jesse
Yeah.
Ventura and Arnold.
And
But
Arnold.
waiting for Bill Duke to clutch that nom. But they, through the night, the cast, they were all having like a bicep, like unofficial or official contest over who could have the biggest biceps. That was part of that. So they would all hit the gym at night, but they didn't want the other guys to see them working out. So in the dead of night offset, they would all go at different times to go lift in the gym, but not with the other men.
Why?
Because they wanted to just appear strong, I think. That was like in the 80s, it was just like, you are strong one day. And like, so like, just
What was
the,
that Werner Herzog?
I don't know. I wish Werner Herzog were strong.
Oh, that'd be
But,
amazing if he was huge.
But like, I'm just like imagining one of them sneaking out with like a gym bag and the other one like sneaking in after them, like to just like, lift a kettlebell.
Have you heard Werner Herzog talk about his friend John Waters?
Yeah.
Oh, it's so funny.
That's very funny.
He's known John Waters for like 40 years, and he didn't realize until like 2010 that John Waters is gay, because he just he was like explaining that he doesn't think or care about any of that stuff, but he was like with his wife at some premiere, and he goes, "I think this man might be gay."
My favorite is that video of oh God, what's his name? Mr. Peanut Butter's voice actor.
Paul F. Tompkins.
Paul F. Tompkins. There's a podcast episode of some show where Werner Herzog hears Paul F. Tompkins' impression of him reading the Trader Joe's review of just like I can't do the voice, but you should look it up because Werner Herzog's response to it was, "That's good stuff."
Yeah, Paul F. Tompkins does an amazing Werner Herzog. At the ultimate, I think, impression zenith is to have your impression heard and approved by the impressee.
Yeah.
Impressee.
Well, speaking of impressions, I hope that we impress the necessity of buying the products that we're about to promote in our ad break. That's right. Listen to these sponsors and we'll be right back.
Sunglasses season is in full swing, and there's no better option than our friends at Shady Rays. Shady Rays is an independent sunglasses company that offers a world-class product that's just as good as any expensive pair we've worn. Durable frames and extremely clear polarized lenses for outdoor adventures. That's not all. Shady Rays offers the most insane protection in all of eyewear. Every pair is backed by lost and broken replacements. If you lose or break your pair, even on day one, they told us they will send you a brand new pair. No questions asked. Wear your Shady Rays with confidence because they have your back long after you purchase. They also provide 10 meals to fight hunger in America with every order and have donated over 20 million meals to date. Look good in your shades and feel good by making an impact. If you don't love them, exchange for a new pair or return them for free within 30 days. There's no risk when you shop with Shady Rays. Their team always has your back. Exclusively for our listeners, Shady Rays is giving out their best deal of the season. Go to shadyrays.com and use code FHPOD for 50% off 2+ pairs of polarized sunglasses. Try for yourself the shades rated 5 stars by over 200,000 people.
If you're a small business owner, you know how important it is to be ready for the insane holiday season. And if you haven't started preparing for the chaos of holiday mailing and shipping, then you are already falling behind. Luckily, Stamps.com has everything you need to make your life a whole lot easier. It is the 24/7 post office that you can access from anywhere. No lines, no traffic, no hassle. Stamps.com lets you get access to the USPS and UPS services that you need to run your business right from your computer. And with inflation on the rise, every dollar counts. So protect your margins with major discounts on USPS and UPS rates up to 86% off. What? And rates are constantly changing. With Stamps.com's Switch and Save feature, you can easily compare carriers and rates so you know that you're getting the best deal every time, baby. That's magical. To get ahead of the holiday chaos this year, get started with Stamps.com today. Sign up with promo code FHPOD for a special offer that includes a 4-week trial, plus free postage, and a digital scale for free? Wow! No long-term commitments or contracts. Just go to Stamps.com, click the microphone at the top of the homepage, and enter code FHPOD. Stamps.com. Wow. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the Funhaus Podcast, Zaslav's favorite show. We're still here. John, Jacob, and Shar. Shar, you got a new tattoo.
I did.
A knife?
Yeah,
Really?
a
Nice.
knife.
That's not a knife.
It is a knife.
This is a knife. Oh, that's a snake. Never
Okay.
mind.
Yeah, I got a knife. Lindsay and I went to get tattoos. Mondo was part of the initial discussions, but he was jet setting.
There was a schedule conflict. I wasn't able to try for season 1, but I'm hoping to be there for season 2.
Yeah, I will get another knife. My dad was actually disappointed because I called him. He's like, "What tattoo are you getting?" My dad does not like tattoos, and I said a knife, but it's actually got a really interesting story behind it. He's like, "Oh," and I was like, "Yeah, and knives are cool and look cool." And he was actually a little upset. He's like, "Ah, I thought there was going to be some great story." I was
he
like,
wanted
"Nope."
the story.
He wanted the story. My dad that's what he thinks. He doesn't like tattoos, but he's like, there should be a story. And I'm like, it's a cool knife. I mean, like, I camped a lot. Like,
Yeah.
I had a lot of pocket knives. Pocket knives are cool.
Yeah, you've probably used a knife or two.
Many.
Several.
Lately to break down cat food boxes to take to the recycling.
I've been there.
Are you gonna have to cover that up when you go on a plane?
Why? Because these are registered weapons.
Mm-hmm.
Just have like your hands like in a straight jacket. I'm like,
That's
don't.
actually a good point. I have to cover up the tattoo of the 4-ounce bottle of liquid I have on my bicep every time I go on a plane.
Yeah, a recipe for toothpaste.
Yeah. So over this
Go
last weekend, sorry. I'm trying to figure out the best way to say this. All right, here's what happened. Over this last weekend, I was in Austin, Texas, and I did some shows. And after one of the shows, the stand-up comedy, if you're familiar, I got invited by another comedian to a place that they said, I'm not going to say the name of it, but they said it's a hang for comics. And I thought, okay, so it's like a bar that comics go to after their shows. That sounds cool. They take me to a very bad neighborhood, and there's just like a rundown apartment with a ring doorbell that they ring, and we hear somebody go, and he goes, "It's me," and he goes, and then somebody comes and opens the door. So what they've done is they bought the upstairs and downstairs a duplex apartment complex, and they turned both of them into a full bar. It is an actual speakeasy. It is an unlicensed bar where they sell alcohol. They also sell other stuff, and there's also there's a full illegal gambling den down there.
Oh
Should
my
you be
God.
talking about this on a podcast?
Yeah.
I've made sure I've crossed my
Cross your
T's.
eyes, dotted your T's.
Yeah, I went there, and I mean, this place is fucking amazing. There's like each room is its own themed bar. When I say bar, I mean bar. There's like straight like bar tops, bartenders that are there. They have an ATM that's in there somehow that they because it's a cash only business.
They stole it from a CVS.
I think they might have. I don't know how it operates, but there's an ATM inside of there. They have one of the rooms in there is called Nikki's, and it's based off of one of their old employers. Their boss's name was Nikki, and so they made a him-themed bar where it's like they even went so far as to find his mom and call her, and she sent over all of his outfits and like old school. When he was in school, he was in like sports teams for children. So they sent his trophies and the uniforms. That's what it is. From his childhood, as well as a bunch of random pictures of him. So they have Nicky's, which is a bar themed just after a guy named Nick.
I thought it was gonna be Lil Nicky's.
Which would have been good too.
Yeah.
They have a duck hunt room. They also have like a bunch of actual animal heads, like hunters' heads that are up there.
The
One of-
hunters' heads
Oh
are
my
up there.
god.
They have
That's what
a
I'm
paper
talking
mache
about.
guy that is a hunter. That is like a deer's head, a bear's head, and then a guy, like just a hunter.
Ugh.
And yeah, he looks. It's very fun. They have a gambling den down there with a game called CeeLo, which I had never heard of before. CeeLo is a game where you roll 3 dice. You try to get a pair. The third dice that isn't part of the pair, that's your score. So you can get a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 being the best, 1 being okayest. You get 5 chances to roll. There's also some other stipulations. A trips beats most things unless you get a higher trips. If you get 1, 2, 3, automatic loss. You get 4, 5, 6, automatic win. I lost about $150 gambling, and then the owner of the place, I made a bet with him because I ran out of money that was essentially either I would double the amount of money that I owed him, or we would call it even, and I wouldn't have to pay him anything, or if I lost, I would get his name tattooed on my body. And I did lose, and now I have to get a man's name tattooed on my body. So I will be getting a bear's head with a hat on it, which is one of the items they have on the wall, with his name underneath it on my arm the next time that I'm in Austin. And it's on site. They have a tattoo guy that's normally
perfect.
there.
This sounds like, you know how Google has all of the amenities that the employees will need? It sounds like that, but for like junkies.
Yeah. It's also like it's so cool inside. They did a lot to really put this place. It's the coolest thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
Why don't they just get a license?
It's the stuff they're doing in there. I don't think they would be allowed to.
All right.
They also have there's one room with a straight up stripper pole in there. I think they have stripper nights in there sometimes. It's a wild place. Also, everyone who's in there is a comedian, and not just like a comedian. Like you have to be invited to go in, so it's really fun.
Was
And-
Craig Robinson there?
No.
Yeah, was Craig Robinson there?
No. Craig. I'm not going to talk about.
Was Adam
Craig
Carolla
Robinson.
there?
No. 2 people who I have the same level of respect for.
Adam
is what I'll
Carolla?
say.
I haven't thought about that.
What
guy in
about
so long.
No, we had Adam Nissan.
All right. Corolla's, I mean, the model, not the make.
Yeah, that's
Nissan
true.
Corolla. Oh
So,
yeah.
you know,
that's
it would have to
oopsie.
be like
That's a big oopsie
Adam
there.
Ultima.
Yeah, that's better.
That's a
Or
cool name.
Adam.
Do you wanna
Or
go to
Adam Rogue.
Ooh.
Oh.
You know what? You've been invited. You're invited to the place now.
Because I'm funny.
Yeah.
Can I go?
I don't want
No.
to go to Texas.
Yeah. No one wants to go to Texas.
It's a steep price.
Eventually, I got back into the gambling room to try to win my money back, and I ended up. This is the proudest I've ever been about something stupid. Is that I kept putting money down because if you tie, you just have to let it ride, and then you double your bet, or you just back out. But you're supposed to double your bet, and I kept doing that. And I kept doing that. Like I said, you get 5 chances to roll something. I rolled 4 times. I got nothing. By this point, there is. I think it's like $300 or $400 in the pot, and I rolled the 4th time and I got fucking nothing. And the guy next to me goes, "You're about to lose even more of your money. You're gonna have to get my name tattooed on you." And
Oh,
I
no.
went, "Oh yeah, watch this." And I made eye contact with them as I roll, because in my mind, I'm gonna get nothing. And what better way to lose than to just be an asshole?
That's my
about it?
favorite thing to do is say, watch this when it's something with a high risk of failure.
But I rolled a 4, 5, 6, automatic win. I take the pot. He got so upset, not like actually upset. His direct quote was, "I hate you. I hate the way that you did that. I'm glad that it happened to somebody, but you can go fuck yourself. I'm never gambling with you again." And then he walked away, and I took that and I paid my debts, and then I had enough money to take Barb and Trevor out for brunch the next day.
Nice.
Yeah. So I was
Are
playing
you
with
saying
house
that they order a lot at brunch? Is that
Oh yeah.
what I'm hearing?
Oh, my
Oh
goodness.
yeah. You have not-
Normally I wouldn't be able to treat Barb and Trevor to brunch. They
Yeah.
get all the beverages, all the eggs, Benny,
Yeah.
pancakes for the table.
One big last night.
Because anytime he tries to order something, Barb will slap the menu out of his hand, and she'll go, he'll just have a slice of tomato, no salt. And then she orders the whole menu.
Well, he's
Well,
a big
one time-
supplement guy. He's
Yeah.
a body hacker.
Yeah. One time, and this is not a joke, I watched Barb eat 8 servings of Eggs Benedict with the English muffin and everything.
Now, is a
And the
serving
hollandaise sauce?
one egg on top of the meat and
No,
muffin,
no,
or
it
2 of
was
them?
2 eggs, 2 halves of an English muffin, and salmon.
and ate
and hollandaise.
8 of those.
8 of those.
8 of those.
in
And
one
the worst
slice.
part is that she calls it hollandaise sauce, and
Hollandaise
she's
sauce.
she's very adamant about
Do
that.
Canadians go on holiday?
No, they go on hollandaise.
That's the confusing part.
Yeah.
I think.
I'm hungry.
I have
that-
a similar
that a bit?
similar thing gambling wise, where I worked at a deli in college, and we started playing rock paper scissors for cash, where it was every win, the loser, or every round the loser would throw down $1, and it would just keep going until one of you gave up. But we had to stop playing because this is an entirely useless skill, but I started figuring out everyone's patterns, and then it got
You were
to
counting
the point
cards.
where
You were
what?
counting fingers.
I was basically
Yeah.
counting cards, I guess, but it got to the point where we just switched to another game because I was making so much money off of everyone. Yeah, so that's one of my only brags I can make from my entire life.
I don't love gambling because when I do it, I want to do it all the time because it's so fun. There's something just about like winning and winning money and taking money from others and knowing that the money I'm getting is going to prevent you from like feeding your child and like ruining your life. And then like you can't pay me back and I break your knees and the pop from the knee, so satisfying. So like I don't like gambling, but I do it frequently.
You sound more like a bookie.
Yeah. You want to put a bet down?
So you like other people you like the concept of gambling.
Yeah.
You don't like gambling yourself.
Nah.
You just love gambling.
Yeah.
Ah,
Jacob,
okay.
you want to put a bet down on how CyberPunk ends?
No.
It's no cash, just knees.
Just knees, baby.
Just knees. I got.
I
Plenty
got
of
9 to
those.
1 odds on tragedy.
I got plenty of those.
But I got 1,000,000 to 1 ads on it ends with a joke. If there's even a punchline at the end, you stand to make a killing, baby.
I just gotta go watch the rest. I've been trying to find more time to watch it.
Get a bet on it now, baby.
I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna take a long lunch and watch the whole series,
whole
at my
series.
desk.
It's only a
that.
5-hour lunch.
Yeah, and then yeah,
Still
both of
3
you.
hours in the day.
Yes,
Four.
Cyberpunk right now.
Yeah.
Then Chainsaw Man next month. Which
Ugh.
I'm so excited for.
Have you,
That's a good
you,
anime.
You said you're caught up, right?
Yeah, it's on the manga.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
For those of you that don't know what Chainsaw Man is, it is an upcoming anime based off of a manga, and a manga that hasn't been running for 14 years and has, 700 volumes. There's only 100 volumes, and it goes real quick, and it's not drawn out at all. Shit happens. So much happens.
The main character is so stupid.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, he's very stupid, and he grows a lot
Oh,
throughout the
He does, but
Yeah.
he just like makes a lot of decisions for really stupid reasons.
The way it starts and his motivations are classic anime, but
Yeah.
it's so good. And I don't know who the animation studio is,
It's
but
Mappa.
Mappa. What else
Mappa.
have they done?
I can't think of a lot of stuff. I do know they did the
Simpsons.
Yeah, The Simpsons, and the more recent Attack on Titan stuff.
Okay, because it's something about the lighting. Like, there's a lot of good animation, good anime, but it seems like lighting, because that's a whole extra layer that just adds to the workflow or whatever. Like, that's usually something that they can skimp on without losing, like, quality, with quotes.
is his chainsaw a living pet?
That's like part of it.
It's a demon.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a demon.
But like all you need to know to really get into this show is that he has
Oh.
a chainsaw that comes out of his face and his arms, and it's fucking awesome.
yeah,
Look at that. That's so cool.
it's so fucking cool.
Holy shit. So this, all I know, and I
Those
shouldn't even
nipples.
There are more
Rick,
nipples!
Rick, I need you to write a note. Too many nipples.
Yeah,
This
that
is
leech
the-
devil had nipples on it.
This is the Full Nips podcast.
Yeah, it's seriously this. I think this is gonna be like a huge success. This is gonna be one of those animes that blows up, and a lot of Americans know about it that aren't in anime. That's my prediction.
Is this one of those, you want to put money on it?
Yeah,
Yeah? How much?
$4,000.
You got a deal.
Deal. It's on camera.
Yeah, and we'll figure out what we constitute
That
as
wasn't a very
victory.
good handshake.
Yeah,
No,
well,
listen,
yeah, I'll figure that out.
Yeah,
I'll figure it. I'll figure
I'll
out.
figure that out. What? So was somebody telling me that the manga just ended?
No, well, so I think after 99 or 100 volumes, they like ended their run, but it recently came back like a month or two ago, and it started up again. So like they ended that arc or whatever, and then they're back.
Interesting. What is he gas powered?
Yes. He has to turn into a chainsaw. He pulls like a
Yeah, he's got like a little ripcord in
Does
his
he ever
chest,
not
yeah.
start? Is that ever like one of the episodes? Like he? Can't
I
get
mean,
himself
I'm
to
sure.
start?
I'm sure
Yeah.
that's a thing. You know, struggling with your powers.
Yeah, it just
It's
looks
classic.
so cool. Like this would just looking at this, not knowing what the manga is.
I
just
don't
this guy with a
understand-
chainsaw for a head.
I don't
It's so
understand
cool.
why you would need sharp teeth if you have a chainsaw. on
Because
your
he can
forehead.
bite the fuck out of people too.
I think it would look. I think it would look silly with normal teeth.
Yeah. Just
You-
perfect pearly whites.
You
I
look
just
kind of like an
don't-
Ava. with
I don't
normal
even think
teeth.
you would need it. Is what
Yeah.
I'm saying. By the time I get you to bite you, you're chainsawed.
Yeah.
That's true.
I don't need to bite you.
What if you want to? I don't know. Tear into a snack.
That's true. There are
Exactly.
parts where he like eats burgers and stuff as a
I can eat
chainsaw
burgers
man.
with my normal teeth.
Okay. Well, I don't know what to tell you. It looks cool.
Yeah. Looks
I
sick as hell.
I think it looks unnecessary, and I think he needs to go back to having normal teeth.
We should hit him up with
Look
like
at
the
his
old
tongue.
Sonic.
Yeah.
We should tell him they need Chainsaw Man need normal teeth.
Chainsaw Man need normal
We need
teeth.
a
Go back
reverse
to the
Sonic.
drawing.
Reverse.
Yeah.
Sonic.
An unsonic.
Although I do want him voiced by the same voice actor. What's his name?
Ben Schwartz.
Ben Schwartz. Yeah.
Oh, no.
That's sick.
Yeah, it's just there's so many great visuals. Like, it's a really good manga in that there are a lot of those frames where it's just a full page artwork of like some crazy shit, and you can just sit there and stare at it for like a whole
Sometimes I
minute.
need to do that because I'm just like, what the heck
Yeah.
happened in this moment?
Those big splash pages. Like I just started picking up comics again, and it's been fucking sick. I'm reading Saga. I just finished book 7 yesterday,
Wow.
and I just started another one called Bolero, which is extremely fucking good. But like you get like a page of just artwork, and you're like, I haven't read a lot of really any manga, but damn, them
Yeah.
comic artists be doing it.
Yeah.
I didn't get into manga at all until last year when I was in Korea, and I just started reading. It was actually because of the announcement of Chainsaw Man.
Oh,
I was
really?
like, this looks kind of cool, and so I downloaded it illegally and I read all of it, and then I started watching Berserk again for like the 15th time. That's one of those animes that I've never actually finished, and I got far enough into it that I was like, you know what? I'm gonna read the fucking manga.
There's
And,
a lot of it, right?
There is a lot.
Oh god, yeah. There's a lot, and I eventually fell off. But like, it's so.
I'm still working on it. I've got like those like big volumes.
Oh
Which
yeah.
is, 'cause I got really into them when I had COVID. Because I would just like, I'd get in the bed and put the covers over my legs because then Ziggy will come running in and go under my legs every
Aw.
single time without fail. And then I have to prop this book up on myself because they're really big and heavy. So I'd be like, and then just like flip through it.
There's a
They're-
cat just under your
He's
leg.
just laying on my feet. I can feel his soft tummy.
That's what I got the iPad for.
Yeah, I'm all about reading like stuff like that on a tablet.
And I
Yeah.
got that matte cover, so it feels like paper. Yeah.
Mine is I downloaded it illegally and then I print it all out here at the office on our printer.
Right.
You
And then
staple it
yeah,
together.
you co-
And
you
just
collate
slip
it.
through these 8.5
Yeah.
by 11s.
Except we don't do that.
The way you staple is by just like nailing
Yeah.
through the
And
binding.
you don't want to do double sided because then you can like see the picture through
Yeah.
the page. So it's all one page print.
If you see John walking around with a reflective vest, a hard hat, and a clipboard where he's flipping things over, he is reading manga.
Yeah.
But he's when he gets engrossed in a story, he just kind of walks into traffic. So
Yeah, sometimes you guys will come across me and the microwave has been beeping that it's done for about 10 minutes
Yeah.
and I'm just standing there in the corner. I'm
scrolling
doing
through.
hard work.
Hard work.
What did you drop?
The thing off my mic stand broke
I got
off.
you.
It's fine. Don't worry.
oh,
about
the
it.
magnetic thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna put the thing in it. There's a great podcast that I've started listening to that is run by a friend of mine and a former employee
Charlotte
here.
and Patrick.
Yeah. It's called Volume 1. It's run by Josh Michaels, who works here doing thumbnails, editing stuff for us sometimes. And the premise of his show is that he reviews the first volume of a new manga every single week. And I thought manga was stupid until he started like showing me stuff that I would like. Like first off, it was I'm fucking sorry if I mispronounce it wrong, but Junji Ito.
Ooh,
Which is stuff that like I love horror a lot, and
Junji Ito's great.
The style of horror that is, where it's not even like jump scary
It's
or
like body
gore.
horror.
It's unsettling. It's weird.
It's
very
unsettling.
off-putting.
It's
Yeah.
the perfect way to put it. Where it very much was up my alley, and so like he Jacobed me. He
Yeah.
took me to a store and showed me these books that they had, and went, "You should get these, and if you can't, like, you should read like." Maybe we can like split it, and then like you can read them, and then like
He did the same thing?
Yeah, he did a Jacob on them. And I was like, dude, I can afford books, bitch.
I do have that. Remember for my birthday, we went and bought that big red model kit.
Oh, yeah, we
went
did
halvesies
split
on
that.
because it was really expensive, and I still have that.
We should build it
We should
together.
build that. Yeah, it's huge.
Oh,
I looked
God.
at pictures of the finished one, and it looks like a chicken. Like
We should do that
a
soon.
full size chicken. Yeah, we should do that. I'll pull it out.
Hell yeah.
I
I ended up paying
remembered
just as
an
much.
amendment, which is the reason I started reading manga. So I was watching Ted Lasso, season 1, and you know the kind of climax when he's doing the dartboard,
Yeah, I
and he's
climaxed.
explaining to the guy, he's like, "Oh, you haven't
Hard.
seen it."
I climaxed hard when he hit
Oh,
the
yeah,
dartboard,
yeah.
and he was like, "I had a relationship with my father."
Yeah,
Yeah, that teared me up real nice and good.
basically why?
I have a thing with dads where
Oh,
if there's a dad,
I was gonna say you couldn't relate.
if there's a good dad or a bad dad in a TV show or a movie, I'll start crying a lot.
Oh man. But in that speech, he talks about how there's two types of people. There's
Dads.
the curious and the judgment. So either you judge someone thinking that you already know everything, or you're curious and you look into it. And so after I sat on that and I was like, what is something that I've just always judged that I've never actually looked into? And the one thing I could think of was hentai. so I was like, I guess I'll look into it. I'll keep an open mind, and I downloaded it, and I wasn't into it. But then in the reading of it, I was like, I've never really gotten into graphic novels.
So it was
or
like a
anything like
manga
that.
version.
It was a manga, yeah. It was I forget what it was called, but it was the premise was kind of interesting. Initially, it was that
It was Sonic, and he had these big meaty
yeah,
stompers.
exactly.
What do they
I'm not
call
even
them?
gonna
Ground
get into
slappers.
it. It all boiled down to just like it was a cycle of this guy would meet a lady and then eventually they'd fuck, and it was like there used to be
Tale
a
as
plot.
old as time.
Yeah.
Tale as old as time. But anyways, I gave it a fair shake. It's not for me.
Ew.
I get it. Oh. But that's actually what got me into actually reading manga.
There we go.
Was Ted Lasso.
Yeah.
Which is so great because Ted Lasso, the character, would be ecstatic that you started reading hentai.
Yeah.
and would probably provide a couple of recommendations. But every other character on that would hate you.
Ted Lasso, huge weeb.
Huge weeb.
When I was a kid and I got my first manga was it was Gundam Wing, and I didn't know that you had to read left to, or right to left.
Oh God.
Yeah. So like I just got this, like I just saw it at it was like a Barnes and Noble or something, and I was just going from left to right. Like I don't understand what's happening.
It's like Memento.
Yeah, but it's like I'm putting it together that things are happening backwards, but why? And then I
Yeah.
eventually put it together. in my
When
head.
I got Memento, I didn't know you had to watch it start to finish.
Yeah.
Oh, you thought, yeah.
You watched it in reverse.
Yeah.
Or was talking backwards.
Mine was Dragon Ball. They would sell it at the comic book store in like comic form.
Yeah.
And I was young, and there were some naughty frames, and I sharpied over them.
Why?
I can't. You can't tell that and the hentai story so close together. It's just the dissonance. Is
The whiplash,
yeah.
The whiplash.
I can't tell. I was like 8 years old, I think, when I got in trouble for doing something dumb when I was a kid. I don't even remember what it was for, but they took away the GameCube. And the way that they guaranteed I wouldn't play it while they weren't home, because I had parents who worked, so they don't know what I'm up to, is they just took the GameCube controllers and I hid it somewhere in the room, and they told me I'd never find it. I took that as a challenge. So I started digging around through their stuff, and instead of a GameCube controller,
no.
I found porn magazines that belonged to
Oh,
my
no.
stepdad. And as soon as I saw them, there was like the child in me that was like, I shouldn't be looking at this. And then there was the hormones in me that were like, but I want to. And so like, I took it and immediately like, I don't know what it was, but I had the same instance of like, I put tape over. I put tape over stuff.
Oh my God.
But I would still look at it. And then every now and then I would lift up a little bit of the tape. I got caught because the tape lifted up a little bit of the image, and I got asked
Just
about
ripped it off. Yeah.
Yeah, but
Should use painter's tape.
that's what I should have done. I guess what I'm saying is, why would you Sharpie over the naughty bits? Why not just put a little bit of tape over it?
I don't
What
know.
naughty bits are in a Dragon Ball comic?
It was Bulma. It was because Master Roshi's a perv. So he's,
Oh, the old man.
He's peeping.
Yeah.
I remember he was peeping on Bulma as she was taking a shower. It was creepy as well.
You didn't want to be Master Roshi.
I didn't
in
want
that
to be Master
situation.
Roshi.
Yeah.
No.
I didn't want to get so many nosebleeds. Which is something I don't understand.
No.
That's like a common trend in at least older animes.
It's all the blood flowing.
Yeah, whenever
Oh,
they
yeah.
get horny, they go,
Yeah,
and blood just sprays out of their nose.
Rick, what are you typing?
He's gonna. Oh God.
No, Rick. Oh, there. Why do characters get nosebleeds when horny?
I think it is just like
Let's
a blood
read this
pressure
out.
thing.
Although in one time in youth group, there was this guy who like wrestled. In hindsight, it was very inappropriate. She was one of the counselors, but he like made a joke about how weak she was or something. But she like worked out and stuff, so she tackled him and held him down.
So.
And his nose started bleeding on her.
Oh.
Was it like?
It was no, it was just a drop like fell on her shirt.
That is my favorite trend, by the way, in anime, is when you see the like that noise effect too.
Yeah, it's like a fountain.
So why do this is not from us, this is from Reddit. Why do characters in anime get nosebleeds when horny/turned on? Top result from Deleted. The Japanese has always believed that getting
did you say
aroused.
that?
What do you mean?
Keep going.
Okay. The Japanese has always believed that getting aroused causes a spike in blood pressure, which could then cause nosebleeds. While being around does, in fact, raise your blood pressure, it's certainly not enough to make your nose bleed. If you started to get constant nosebleeds just because you were horny, I'd suggest seeing a doctor. There might be something seriously wrong with you.
All right, well
Yeah.
spoke.
Well, you heard it
John
here first.
Paul, you go to that doctor, John
Yeah,
Paul.
baby.
Yeah, why did you delete your account?
I'm still trying to figure out that second sentence, which is, while being aroused does, in fact, raise your blood pressure, it's certainly not enough to make your nose bleed.
What's there to figure out?
I don't know. It
I don't
seems-
know. I'm trying to figure out that second reply.
Believe it or not, dumb people be on Reddit.
Oh, yeah, baby.
Dude, I always make the mistake of opening comments. Like maybe once every week or 2 weeks or so, I'll be like, oh, tap on the comments, and then just immediately, oh gosh.
You brought up Josh earlier because he'll make some thumbnails and stuff for
Oh,
us,
yeah.
specifically like the second wave thumbnails.
Oh, yeah.
And I think his Lord of the Rings thumbnail inadvertently has probably helped that video's performance very much. Because
Really?
it's just kind of just a coincidence. Because our Lord of the Rings video is just me, Charlotte, Patrick, and Elise just butchering Lord of the Rings quotes for the whole video. And it's great. And then in Josh's thumbnail, it's like Aragorn. It says like I think the words like they ruined it. But then when Rings of Power came out, and like all these fucking like angry, stupid nerds are making all these videos with thumbnails that look just like that, with words just like that are like they ruined it, referring to like Amazon or something.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, these look like that thumbnail, and it's like it's a complete coincidence.
That's
it's
so
great.
fucking great.
But that video is like almost at 100,000.
Here's a key little piece of information. Josh and I, bestest of friends.
Yeah.
We go back years, baby. So Josh called me when he was making that thumb because he goes, I don't know fucking shit about Lord of the Rings, dude. I saw that you're the one who made the other one. Like, what did you do? And I was like, bro, I don't know shit about Lord of the Rings. I have to talk to Jacob because I don't know what the fuck is going on.
I came to your desk and you're like, I don't understand this video.
Yeah. I couldn't understand anything that was being said, which is also the same thing that Josh said to me.
What are minds?
My favorite thing is that Josh and I are both like half white and half Mexican, but raised by like predominantly Mexican families. And he was just, it's so funny to see Josh go like, I don't get this white shit, man. He looks like Patrick, but younger and happier and blonder.
Patrick's the picture of happiness.
Yeah, and he's kind of blonde.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Anyway, yeah. So we also didn't understand it.
That's really
we gave
funny.
it to the worst two people. So they ruined it. That's amazing.
Yeah, I like Rings of Power. I'm enjoying it a lot. But
Oh.
I didn't realize I was going to have a bunch of fucking angry ass nerds freaking
Yeah.
out about it.
Well, speaking of angry ass nerds, let us know what you think about any of the stuff that we've talked shit about, including CyberPunk. Well, I think we're excited about that.
I'm going to go watch more right now.
Yeah, let us know what you think about
Just
the
kidding,
CyberPunk
afterward.
anime below and the Discovery Warner merger. Let us know in the comments. All right, before we can take that back, well, have a good one. Bye.